feel like we're going to be here all day.
Hello, I'm Shane.
I'm Sherilyn.
We coming to you today to visit about the Keto ReBOOT by Prove It, which is basically putting yourself in a non-fed state for 60 hours.
A non-fed state. What is exactly? To explain what non-fed. That's a word. That's a term I had never heard before this.
So you're not going to eat any food for 60 hours. You're going to drink water, and you're going to utilize ketone energy provided to you by the Keto ReBOOT kit. That it's basically an exogenous ketone supplementation kit. You get 4 packs of the patented Keto Max formula that puts you in ketosis within 30 minutes to an hour. You're going to get 4 packs of the Better Broth by Prove It, which also has bone broth, which also has the Max formula of ketones. Not as much, but it has some of the ketones in it. It has collagen peptides, so you're going to get some protein fuel, and it has some B vitamins, and then it has Keto Calm tea, which is basically a calming tea with ketones, B vitamins, 5-HTP, magnesium, L-theanine, and some other things to help you relax and just calm you. And you would drink it at night, and it just really puts you in a good. You basically get into REM sleep faster. And then there's the CMed 100, which is basically AC11, which is huge in the science of cell regeneration. Keeping your DNA functioning properly by stimulating the telomeres that keep our DNA.
And that's one of the big things that the ReBOOT does, is it helps to you said the word regenerate. So explain that process, the regeneration that our body kind of goes through.
So there's a process we go through when we go into a non-fed state, that we deplete all the glycogen within our body. And when that happens, then our body goes into what's ketogenesis, where it starts producing ketones from within our body, endogenous ketones. When I say exogenous ketones, we're basically, like in here I have a serving of Max, we're drinking exogenous ketones. They're coming from outside the body. When our body goes into ketogenesis, this puts us into a state of our body producing endogenous ketones from within our body. When this happens, there's a process that the body naturally goes through called autophagy. And the only way to get your body to go into autophagy is to be in a non-fed state, a fasted state. So autophagy is basically cell regeneration, self-eating of the cells by the body.
So the bad cells. So our body, it's like a scavenger. It goes in, pulls out the bad cells.
Any damaged or dysfunctional cells, the body's going to identify those cells, and it's going to eliminate them from the body. You're going to have a release of growth hormone production, which is going to stimulate the production of new stem cells to replace the cells that the body's cleansed out of it.
That's pretty amazing, just that alone. Just that.
I think so. I didn't fully understood this when I started doing ReBOOTs, but from what I experienced personally with different aches and pains that had developed over 30 years of being in the gym, it made me more curious. So I started researching and studying the benefits of extended fasting, so to speak, and putting your body in a non-fed state over a 60-hour period of time. And to me, that's one of the huge benefits for longevity. And when I say longevity, I don't mean living longer, I mean living better, aging well. My philosophy has been for probably the last 15-20 years, getting older is inevitable, but how we age we can somewhat control. And the science behind ketones and then the Keto ReBOOT are now a mainstay in my arsenal of weapons in my war against anti-aging. And it'll be something that I will probably continue to do, as this will be my 20th Keto ReBOOT. I've done one a month for the last 19 months.
And kind of what are your big takeaways? Like what are some of the main things, like 2 or 3 things that you personally have noticed?
Well, number 1 is the cell regeneration. Number 2 would be the reduction of oxidative stress. The environmental factors that we deal with on a daily basis, just the air we breathe, the things that we ingest in our body, the foods, different things affect our cells. It's called oxidative stress. It's
the things we've been putting in our bodies
toxins.
for our whole lives, really.
Right. and they affect the cells in our body. And when I say reduction in oxidative stresses, means when you put yourself in a non-fed state through the process of autophagy and other biological effects that the body goes through, your body cleanses and eliminates those toxins.
Like a detox,
Like
no other detox. Because
Right.
you think about some of the other detoxes that you see out there, that you hear about, people
Juice
are
fast,
still,
egg fast, different.
they're
yeah.
still ingesting food, so the digestive system really doesn't get to rest.
Right, and that
that's
leads
the big
in.
difference with the reboot.
And that's another one of my takeaways of why I do the reboot is the improved gut health, or digestive rest and reset. We never let our gut rest and reset. We never let it rest so it can heal itself, because we're always eating, we're always in a fed state, and by putting ourselves in a non-fed state, our digestive system gets to rest. And people say, yeah, but you're drinking these ketones. They're water soluble. It's 450 calories of water soluble keto nutrients that are going to keep the body in an energetic state, so it can function at a normal level, so you don't look like those people on those candy bar commercials that are hangry.
Right.
So but yeah, the gut health is huge. And another thing people don't realize is the serotonin is one of the main feel-good hormones in our body, if not the main feel-good hormone in our body. And it's 90% of serotonin is you have to pardon our little Yorkie here is attacking.
He's chewing on a cup right next to the camera. He's having a big old time with this.
So 90% of the serotonin produced in our body is produced in our gut. So if we don't have a healthy gut, then that's going to affect our serotonin production. And I'm not going to get into all the science and stuff, but just think about that. If you're cranky, crabby, irritable, you don't feel good, you and your spouse are butting heads all the time, and you just, you're not having, you get stomach viruses, you get sinus infections. I mean,
just miserable.
You're just miserable because now there are numerous studies that are being done, that have been done, that are showing how much our gut health relates to our overall body health. And if we can rest our gut and let it tox and cleanse, and I mean, think about it. I'm in my 50s, so until I started doing reboots, my gut never got to rest. It never got to cleanse and detox and get rid of all the bad bacteria. Basically, get rid of all the abusive sludge and garbage and crud that I ingested it in 50 years. Once I started doing these reboots, it's allowed my digestive system to cleanse and flush and regenerate. And you go back to the autophagy. So any damaged and bad cells in my gut are going to regenerate. They're going to cleanse themselves and regenerate themselves. So that, to me, that's just huge. I can always stand to lose a little belly fat and a little love handle fat, because I do like to eat. I do like to eat my ice cream and whatnot, but that's beside the point. But by doing the reboot every month, it allows me the chance to reset. To meet my metabolic boss, so to speak, my monthly metabolic boss. And what we mean by that is because our metabolic system gets to reset and rejuvenate during this 60-hour period of doing the 60-hour keto reboot. And those are probably the biggest factors for me of doing the reboot, and what I take away and why I continue to do it every month.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's just like you described, miserable, just doesn't have a lot of energy, and just what's it going to hurt to try something new?
Right.
If what you're doing is not working,
you can't continue to do what you've done that got you where you are and expect change.
Yeah, it's
you have to do something different if you want things to change. To me, I think the reboot is something that everybody can benefit from. Now, if you have any type of medical diagnoses of diabetic, breastfeeding, pregnant, whatever, then you need to consult your physician. But anybody that's just not feeling good, if you've hit a stall in your diet, you're trying to lose weight and you're not able, you've hit a stale point where you're not seeing any progress anymore, your
metabolism just needs a reset.
Or your metabolism needs a reset. Then the reboot's perfect. I mean, it's 60 hours. We start on Sunday night, we end on Wednesday morning, basically 2 days, because you're awake Monday and Tuesday. You sleep, you go to bed. Your last meal on Sunday You go to bed, you wake up, you're 8, 10, 12 hours into the reboot. Monday morning when you get up, you go through Monday, you go to bed Monday night, you wake up Tuesday, you're 30, 36 hours into it. You make it through Tuesday, you go to bed Tuesday night, you wake up Wednesday morning, boom, you're done. You get to eat again. Reintroduce food back into your system. It's going to give you the opportunity to reset your metabolism and to get a new start on a new, say, lifestyle changes, so to speak. So I just wanted to share my story with you on why I do the reboot, kind of a little bit of before the reboot and now that I've been doing it, and why I continue to do it. So.
And if it's something that sounds interesting, just reach out for some more information, some guidance. I mean, we would just encourage anybody and everybody to try it.
Absolutely. So thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope we've added some valuable information with you and shared with you.